Hello everyone, welcome to our next video. In this one we are making a Kerala style fish biryani. So let's see what all are the ingredients. So we have roughly a kilo of Atlantic salmon. You can use any fish which is fleshy and meaty. So this I have marinated like overnight with 1 tablespoon of Kashmiri chili powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, little bit of vinegar, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and salt to taste. So you don't need to marinate it for 24 hours, like at least half an hour will do. This is 3 cups of basmati rice. So I have to wash this and rinse this before I cook. So this is 6 thinly sliced medium onions, and this is 3 medium sized tomatoes roughly chopped. This is 2 bunches of coriander leaves, 1 bunch of mint leaves, both roughly chopped. We need a half teaspoon of turmeric powder for the masala, 1 tablespoon of yogurt, 1.5 tablespoon of yogurt. It also depends on the sourness of the yogurt. 2 cloves of garlic, 2 small pieces of ginger, 2 green chilies. You can adjust this according to your spice level. We are not making it that spicy. And we have got some spices here like roughly 12 numbers of cloves, like 12 numbers of cardamom, a big stick of cinnamon, then some cumin seeds, and say 1 tablespoon of fennel seeds, and some cashews and raisins, which we just will sort it in ghee and we'll add it for decoration, and it enhances the taste too. So I've put a pan on the stove. So now we're going to add some oil. You can fry the onions and cashews, everything in the ghee too, but I just going to fry them in the onion. So we'll pour some oil. In the onion that we sliced, in the 6 onions, we're going to put half of it to fry. Okay. This is for decoration, and the fried onions help enhances the taste. Not only for garnish, we can mix it with the rice too. I'll show you when you do it. Yeah. So I put roughly half of those onions into this oil, which we're gonna fry golden brown. So while we are frying the onions on one side, meanwhile we can cook our rice and keep it ready. Yeah. So I'm gonna turn this one on, and the measurement for water to cook rice is 1 and 1.5 ratio. So for 1 cup rice, we need 1.5 cup of water. So I've took 4.5 cups of water because we have 3 cups of rice. So I'm pouring that in. I've slightly heated this water. You don't have to. You can just put it in the pot and you can keep it boil on the stove top. So now I have just heated it up a bit. To this water, we are going to add half of all the spices that we have kept aside. So we have some cinnamon, half of everything. Half we're going to use it for the masala. Half of the jeera, half of all the spices, half of it. So now we'll keep the rest for the masala. And we have to add salt for taste. So now the water has started to boil. Now we can put a handful of coriander leaves too. It will enhance the flavor of the rice. I have washed the 3 cups of rice until the water gets clear. So now we are going to add this in as well. Now let's mix it. It has got enough salt. So now we're going to close the lid and let it boil and cook. So while we are cooking the rice, we can just put the garlic, the ginger and the green chilies into a grinder, and we'll make it into a fine paste. So our onions are almost golden brown. So at this point, either you can just take them out of the oil and add the cashews and raisins. I'm gonna keep the onions aside. I'm going to add the cashews to roast. Then we can add the raisins too. We need to be really careful when we add the raisins. It actually we have to take them out of the oil as soon as possible once you can see them bubbling up. Now we are going to remove everything from the oil. We have to keep an eye on our rice too. Just almost cooked. There's little bit more water left. Now needs 1 more minute of cooking maybe. Now I'm going to fry the fish in the same oil in which we fried the onions. Doesn't need to be deep fried, just shallow fried so that it won't crumble down when we make the masala. I'm using the fish with bones. We can use the fish without bone, it's all up to you. But fish with bone will make it taste better. So let's shallow fry this fish. While our fish is frying, our rice is ready. So it still have, you can see a little bit of water. So that's okay. We're going to turn it off and close with the lid. I'm going to keep it aside. So this is the onions, cashews and raisins that we fried before. I mixed them all together. Now what I'm going to do is, I will mix half of this with the cooked rice. This will enhance the flavor of the rice. So half of it I'll mix it with the rice, half we'll use for garnish. Now we're going to toast the rice with those. So this is ready, so we can take it out from the oil. Now in the same oil in which we fried the fish, we're going to make the masala. So we already have some leftover oil. So we're going to add 2 tablespoons of ghee to clarified butter. Now we'll add all the spices that we kept aside. It all goes in. Let's mix this, sort this nicely. Now we're going to add the ginger, garlic and chili that we crushed and made it into a paste to this. So we have to sort this ginger, garlic and chili paste really well until all the raw smell goes away. Otherwise, if it has got that raw smell, the masala won't taste good at all. So we have to be patient and slowly do it. Because our oil is really hot, it sorted really fast. Now we can add the onions. We're going to add rest of the onions. I think we need little bit more oil. So I'm going to add little bit of sunflower oil. I didn't tell you before you can use sunflower oil, vegetable oil, any sort of oil in this. Or if you like, you can do all the preparation in ghee too. So now let the onions sort a bit, let it become transparent, then we can add the tomatoes as well. So we can add the salt now. So adding the salt early will help the onions to sort really fast. So we have added the salt. We'll keep sorting it. Now onions are transparent. We can add our turmeric powder and tomatoes into that. So 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. So I've added that. We are not adding any other powders to this, chili powder or any other powders, just turmeric powder will do. That to a pinch. Salt the turmeric powder for a bit so that the raw taste will go. Now we are going to add the tomatoes. The tomatoes needs to be really sorted, and at this point we can add a handful of coriander leaves too.
What is this one?
And all of the mint leaves. So once I added everything, I'm going to cover this with the lid and let the tomatoes soften, and then we'll put the fish in. Now the tomatoes are like soggy, half sorted. Now we'll add the yogurt. Let's mix it together. Let it cook. I'm going to keep the lid open now. Now the masala is almost ready. You can see the oil separating on the sides, like it's getting a bit dry. So you can see the oil is separating. So that means the masala is ready. And I can't feel any more raw smells of any of the ingredients. At this stage we can check whether we have enough salt. We need a pinch more salt. Going to add a little bit of salt. And now we are going to add the fish. In the fish biryani, the thing is the fish might get crumbled, so I'm going to keep the masala to the side, to one side of the pan. Put the fish on the other side. You can use all those gorgeous juices and oils, whatever in the pan. And now we're going to cover the fish with the masala. And I'm going to put the lid back. And let it sit there for like 2 to 3 minutes. If any inner part of the fish is not cooked, so that will get cooked and the fish will be covered in masala and it will have that flavor too. So we'll wait for 2 minutes. So while we are waiting, what we can do, we can separate the rice into two. Half of the rice, I'm going to put it in another bowl so that we can layer the masala and the rice. Some people will put the masala on the bottom and all the rice on the top. I do it like this. So I removed most of the rice to a different bowl, and we'll keep some rice in the same pot, and I'm going to even it a bit. It's even now. When the masala gets ready, we will layer it. Now the masala is also ready. You can again see the oil separating on the sides, and it smells really nice. Now onto the rice, I'm going to turn off the flames, and we're going to put the masala on the top of the rice. You should put a layer so that we can cover all the sides of the rice. So now we are going to add the rest of the rice on the top of this. And we're going to level it a bit. We are going to add some ghee on the top to enhance the flavor. Rest of the fried onion, cashews and raisins, and rest of the coriander leaves. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to put this pot on my smallest burner. So I'm going to turn this on, put it to the lowest mode, put the pot on the top, and let it be there for like 5 minutes. So in the traditional way, what they do is they will just cover the pot and seal the pot with some dough, which they use like maida. They'll make it into a thick paste, and they seal all the part of the pot so that it will be airtight, so that none of the flavors or smells will escape. And they will apply heat from the bottom and from the top. So for that they use coal or something, so that the flavors are sealed and it's evenly hot from the bottom and the top, so that the flavors will infuse. So we don't have the facility for that, so I'm just using this way. So that will be definitely much more tastier, but this also tastes really nice. So we'll wait. If you're unsure about how thick is your pot and you're worried like whether it might stick onto the bottom, so you can, what you can do is you can put another pan on the top of the flame and put the pot on the top of that pan. Yeah, it won't stick to the bottom. So this pot I've been using it for like 3-4 years, so I know like it's thick enough so it won't stick to the bottom. So I'm just not doing anything. Before I used to do that in my old pot. So we'll wait and see. So our biryani is ready. Let's serve it. Smells really nice. So we're gonna take it like this because the fish is in the middle. We're gonna serve it with some raita. So now it's ready to enjoy. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching our video. Hope you guys will make it and like it. So bye for now.